Julie, tell us where you flew from
Chicago.
and what do you do in Chicago?
I am a real estate investor
Okay.
and I'm a rehabber, and I also have a full-time job,
Okay.
and that is with Rico,
Okay.
and I am in the training department within Rico.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us why you wanted to become a real estate investor. Why did you get into that?
It's my passion. I love it.
Okay.
I absolutely love it. So I want to do it full time.
Okay.
Just right now, I'm not able to peel away yet.
I see.
So when reading the book, I was like,
Yes.
okay, I'm not the only one.
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
So what my goal is, I want to have 12 homes paid for in full,
Okay.
and then put so much per door back for taxes and incidentals, and then the rest would be my income.
How many do you have so far?
So far, I have 7,
So you're almost there.
but that's including the 2 that I'm getting ready to.
okay. Flip.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell us about your journey and experience through 360, because we've gone through some challenges, some hurdles, and came out the other side. And so share
For
with
which
us
part?
all of it.
Okay.
First, how did you hear about 360?
Through the accountant, Mark.
Mark Kohler.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So because I was trying to figure out how to get funding, and he's
Yes.
like, you need to talk to Crystal
Okay.
because there might be different ways that I could go versus just cashing,
yes.
putting cash on for everything.
Okay.
So that's when I had the interview with you,
Yes.
and it was fantastic. I purchased my
Not
first
say Crystal, but 360.
360,
Okay, yes,
sorry.
yes, yes. Okay. Uh-huh.
with 360,
Yes.
and that's when I became did some research on 360, had my phone interview with
Yes.
360, and looked at purchasing my first house.
Yes.
So purchased my first house with Atlanta, which that was one of my goals, was to be able to purchase something out of state.
Okay.
So that was nice.
Okay.
I was able to obtain that goal, and it helped me get over that fear of not living in that area, and
Yes.
I can do it.
Okay. Because most of your investments were
Or in
your
Illinois.
hometown.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're in Illinois.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So share with us some of the experience with Atlanta, because that was kind of a horror story in itself.
It was, but it just, you gotta roll with the punches.
Yes.
I mean, it is what it is.
Well, you have such a great attitude.
Yeah, so
and that's what makes us
It is
an
what it is.
investor or an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know.
you have to just pick up and keep going. There's nothing. What are you gonna do?
What was the learning experience you took away from that?
The learning experience was I flew down there several times,
Okay.
and I think that was beneficial because my house was almost complete,
Okay.
and all the major stuff was finished.
It's just little.
Yes, it was the
Okay.
little odds and
I
ends.
see.
So there was a crack in one of the 2x4s underneath the house that I could see when I
Yes.
walked up,
Yes.
and I could see the crack. And so I met with her contractor,
Yes.
with one of the contractors in
Yes.
Atlanta. I was like, is there anything that we can do to get that fixed?
So you're proactive.
Yeah, and so yeah.
You know, they call it passive income, but it's not passive activity.
I flew down there several times,
Yeah.
and I'm fortunate because we do have an office down there,
Yes,
so I was
yes.
able to mix both.
Coordinate. Yeah.
And that way do my work during the day, and she would either meet me early in the morning
Yes.
or after work in the evening.
Okay.
So she would show me everything that she was doing, and I was always very thankful.
Mhm.
And I think she appreciated that because nobody's ever, I don't know about anybody else in the
yes,
group
yes.
or whomever else they were dealing
Yes.
with, but nobody's ever spoken with her one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
So I know that she appreciated that,
Yes.
and I know mine flew further along.
Absolutely. So how's it doing now?
It's doing okay. My problem was I should have fired my
Manager?
Yeah. Yes.
Got to fire right away.
Yes.
Yeah. Fire quickly,
yes.
hire slowly,
Yes.
right?
Yes. I should have. I didn't have anybody else lined up, so I'm like, I need income coming from the property,
Yes.
but they kept putting in not so great tenants, and
Yes.
so I've never had a steady income coming from it.
I see.
But now I think I'm on the right track,
Awesome.
and putting that behind me, and
Awesome.
so
It is leased?
not yet.
Not yet. So
Not yet.
turnover.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the turnover, so we're just finishing up everything with the
Okay.
old management company.
Okay, got it.
So
got it.
because that was lagging
I
on.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
And tell us how you transitioned from being a buyer to now providing for 360.
That was always my goal.
Okay.
So I've had a goal where I want to purchase, but I needed to purchase something that was finished so I could get a better understanding of it.
Yes.
Then I moved into some of it by trying it, some of it by it just happening.
Yes. Oh,
So there were floods,
yes. Yes.
fire.
Yes.
So you know how it is what it is, and I've always known that I wanted to either get into the building or the rehabbing portion,
Okay.
or maybe both.
Okay.
And that pretty much pushed me of you're ready.
Awesome. So you have one deal that you have provided to
Yes.
360.
Yes.
And very excited. You did a wonderful
So
job
thank
on
you.
the renovations,
Thank you.
by the way.
Thank
so
you.
We're excited for
I'm so
more.
excited.
So
Yes.
what can we do to help you provide us more inventory? What would be?
It's getting through this first process
Okay.
because once I'm through the first process, because what I did was I went through Anderson for some of the funding,
Yes.
and so I need to pay that off,
Okay,
and then
okay.
that's all
Frees you up.
freed up. Yeah,
Okay.
then that's freed up to go do more.
Awesome.
And then the second one, I'm kind of waiting for some of that to free up
Okay.
because it's almost finished, and then the gentleman broke his hip.
Oh.
So the person who was working on the
I see.
house broke his
Oh,
hip.
I see.
So
Okay.
he had pneumonia, then he broke his hip. But
Yeah.
I've been interviewing another team, so they've
Okay.
been doing some work for me.
Okay.
So I'm transitioning them in to get that second one finished.
Awesome.
So just,
Cool.
but I've been
Okay.
using my paycheck, my W-2
Okay.
paycheck for
Got
it.
it.
So I'm like, it is what it is.
So in one word, how would you describe 360? What's the first word that comes to your mind?
Okay, there's so many. I would say it's phenomenal. It's just been life changing. I know it's not one word, but
And what brings you? Why did you come to this retreat? What made you decide to come?
like minds.
Okay.
Be able to share some of the stories, be able to figure out and hear what's happening, be able to hear what's happening in other states, because I want Chicago up and running, and then I want to expand. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
So my comfort level and my confidence is, I know I can do it.
So
I've done it. I know I can do it.
What do you want to have as a takeaway from this retreat?
From this retreat, I want to be able to take away, am I on the right path? Because I think I am, but I just want that, yeah, this is good.
Okay.
I want to go over some of the stuff like, okay, this is what I'm knocking out. This is
Okay.
what I'm getting
Yes.
rid of. I spoke with you a little bit about, or 360 a little bit about that, the current home that I'm in.
Okay.
I just, that's why it's been kind of hairy.
Yes.
Because I just moved. I just
Oh,
moved into it. My
okay.
tenants, I allowed them to break their lease early so I could get it on the market.
Okay.
I did all the work on it myself.
Mhm.
I moved in just last week,
Okay.
and it's going on the market not this weekend but next
Oh,
weekend.
I see.
And that's the one that's just kind of bleeding me dry.
Okay.
And from a personal,
I
because it's supposed to
understand.
be my home,
Yes.
but the taxes are going through the roof, the HOA fees are going through
Oh,
the
I
roof,
know those.
and I'm taking a loss on it, which is hard, but I'm cutting my losses because nothing's going to go down.
I see. Yes.
HOA fees are going to keep going up,
Yes.
and once it hits that 1,000 mark, which I'm getting close,
Wow. I was at 650.
I'm at 860.
Wow.
So once I hit that 1,000
Mine was
mark,
in the ghettos.
yeah, I'm fortunate mine's downtown, but it's right by the trains.
Oh, I see.
So I'm right by
I was
the L.
trained and ghetto.
Okay.
So I think that one.
Okay.
And then-
So I'm willing to write off that loss
Okay.
because in the long run, I'm going to save more money because I'm
I did
shelling
the
out.
same thing. Then.
Yeah, I was shelling out $18,000 a year to
Mhm.
cover because rent does not cover all of the cost of that condo. So once I'm rid of it, I'm going to rent myself.
Okay.
I'm going to look for something inexpensive.
Okay.
My range is around $650 with heat included. It's going to be difficult to find, but I know I can find it.
I have one.
Yeah,
I'm living
yeah.
in there right
I know I can find it. I'm getting rid of my car,
now.
and instead of doing a wedding, I asked my parents to give me their car.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Awesome.
I'm the only daughter that they haven't paid for a wedding.
I'm the same thing. I'm not getting. My brother got $20,000. I'm like, okay, should I get married just to get some money coming in? Or, yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So my parent, it's not a new car. It has 100,000 miles on it. I'm like, but it's paid for. It is
Yes,
free.
yes,
So.
cool.
So that's what I'm going to do, and then that way I'll get rid of the car payment, and then if I get rid of that condo, that will eliminate a lot of,
Liabilities.
yes,
Yes.
and just unneeded stress. So I
Yes.
can,
Focus on it.
but yes, so
Speaking the same lingo.
yes, because I want at least, I want more than 12 homes. My goal is 12 homes to be able to quit my job.
Okay. Cool.
So that way if I can clear 10 grand a month,
Yes.
I would be at a different tax base.
Okay. And we don't say if, it's when.
Oh, it's when?
Yes.
So when I have my
Yes.
12 homes,
Awesome.
I'll be in a different tax base. So it'll be a whole different world.
Yes.
And I'll be able to still continue to take some of that money, put it aside to buy more.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we're going to love all the little contributions you're going to make. and
Thank you. I'm
participating.
excited.